I'm Kelly Howard, co-founder of DigiVid Bio. I've spent the last 30 years working in the digital and content marketing area, specifically with companies in the MedTech space, life sciences, as well as also healthcare.
Thanks, Kelly, and welcome everyone to the webinar. My name is Jason Fair. I'm the VP of Digital Strategy here at DigiVid Bio. And full disclosure, I'm a conference marketing nerd when it comes to leveraging the power of digital and video. Over the last decade, I've had the pleasure to work with clients in life science, MedTech, and also biotech, working with clients from early stage startup to fully commercialized. So without further ado, let's get into the webinar.
So who is this for? It's for marketing and event teams within that biotechnology, life science, and medtech space. It's also for companies that are really looking to create valuable video content at conferences for post-conference marketing, as well as also company thought leadership. Maybe it's testimonials that they're looking to create. And also for companies that are looking to make that big impact on, let's say it's an upcoming product launch or a product update. Maybe it is presenting important scientific information at a conference. So we're going to show you a three-step plan that focuses on pre, during, and post-conference marketing that will really help you increase that conference marketing ROI. In this webinar, here's what we're going to show you. We're going to show you how to engage your target audience digitally in a cost-effective manner, both pre, during, and post-conference. We're going to show you tactics to increase both booth and sponsored event attendance. We're also going to increase and maximize your sponsored presentations, things like product theaters. We're going to create a cost-effective, high-value, and compelling video that can be used for more impactful post-conference marketing. We're also going to show you how to increase interest for product launches. Maybe it's a presentation for key scientific data. We're also going to show you how to stand out with email follow-up post-conference among your captured badge scans. So let me know if this sounds like you. You've invested significant money in creating your booth, traveling and getting your sales and marketing people to the conference. You've sponsored events at the conference, like perhaps product theaters, and you're hoping and praying for good attendance at these events. You've leveraged social media to promote your booth prior to the conference, as well as you've done some outreach via email to your database. Maybe you've invested in merch, things like things to help attract people to your booth, maybe even creating a booth loop video to attract people, or maybe it's a coffee bar or food. And you've collected those badge scans, hoping your sales team can convert those into sales. Maybe you've even sent out post-conference emails thanking everybody for coming by your booth. But you notice what you're doing to drive sales from conferences just isn't really working like it used to. Perhaps maybe even a flashback to the days of all virtual conferences. So do you feel like maybe conferences you're exhibiting at are running a little bit of hot and cold in terms of the results as well as the ROI that you're seeing? I think maybe the real challenge, and something we hear a lot, is so many conference marketers lack the time, the resources, or maybe even just the partners to really help execute a comprehensive conference marketing plan. We have 8 years experience within the biotech, life science, and medtech space, where we've developed and tested conference marketing strategies that really get great results. Let me give you a little background behind who we are. We specialize in streamlining strategies to maximize conference investments, both during pre, during, and post tactics. We have helped so many companies like Natera, PathAI, Tempest Labs, LabCorp, and Agilent Technology, to employ various both video and digital strategies to effectively engage their target audiences. Our 3-step strategy will help you increase booked meetings prior to even landing and setting up at the conference. It'll allow you to arrive at the conference knowing you've executed a solid pre-conference marketing by eliminating the risk of low booth and event attendance. We'll have a producer on site with a crew at the trade show, capturing high value video content like thought leadership, product theater recordings, and also customer testimonials, without even having you have to take your focus off of the conference itself. We'll also show you how to increase your conference conversion rate by elevating that post-conference emails with video, and also engaging post-conference attendees using digital retargeting campaigns, keeping you top of mind after the conference has taken place. And the best part about having this new strategy is it generates powerful momentum throughout the entire conference continuum, resulting in finally dependable conference ROI. We've tested it with multiple biotech, life science, and medtech companies at different conferences, from everybody from Natera to Path AI. So why is your strategy not producing reliable results? Well, we found that many exhibitors many times lack the focus on the conference marketing continuum, that is from pre, during, and post conferences, which really helps increase impact. We've also seen that lack of having the number of pre-booked meetings prior to the conference can also be an issue. They promote their conference presence only by leveraging organic social media channels. They also many times don't take advantage of the valuable conference video opportunities for post-conference follow-up and future marketing. And also, sometimes they don't expand that reach and engagement at conference-sponsored events like product theaters and sponsored events. Their post-conference email follow-up is drowned out by the number of other exhibitors also sending emails to attendees. With a refined conference strategy that is focused on pre, during, and post engagement, you can greatly improve your conference ROI. You can strategically reach your target market much more effectively across multiple channels, which really raises you above your conference competition. After speaking with countless conference marketers, it becomes clear which companies had a comprehensive plan and who were also effectively increasing their conference ROI by utilizing strategically placed digital and advertising support. So, Jason, I'm going to throw this back over to you to go over a 3-step conference strategy.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Well, hey, I'm excited. I'm going to walk you through the 3-step conference strategy to ultimately achieve much higher booth and sponsored event attendance. The other thing we're going to focus on today is capturing the highest quality content from your actual booth. And I've got a couple different examples. And then finally, we want to help maximize your conversion rate from all those conference leads that you obviously worked hard on capturing. So there's going to be 3 steps that you're going to need to take to elevate your conference presence and obviously increase those post-conference leads, which we all want. The first step is we're going to create a much deeper amplification plan for both digital and video tactics that, of course, focus on your conferences. The amplification plan really starts with that pre-conference reaching those key audience segments ahead of time. And it's using a HCP targeting that I'm going to talk about in the next slide. And then also we're going to show you other targeting approaches. The other thing you want to do is obviously customize and personalize email outreach to increase those open rate and obviously get those booked meetings ahead of time. And then, as I was mentioning, produce high quality short videos to promote those across your network of, your typical social media, email campaigns. And so if you have poster presentations, major product announcements, or product theaters, that'll help drive attendance, obviously. And then finally, all of that you've worked hard for is all driving to a quality landing page that's showing all that key event information, including poster presentations, if you have any major product announcements. And then obviously you should definitely have a link to book meetings for the sales team on that page. And so let's unpack this when it comes to specifically the HCP one-to-one targeting that I mentioned. This is a pre-conference tactic that you want to start several months ahead of time to warm up that audience. So we're able to find those niche HCPs at the right place and at the right time. We use a data provider. It's based on an MPI number, which is also the National Provider Identifier. So let's get into it. If you're an HCP and you're navigating online, we have a partnership with thousands and thousands of websites, but here's a few that we typically see traffic being run to: Fortune, New York Times, Yahoo, Spotify. And again, these are just a few. There's thousands and thousands of this, but ultimately we want to be able to do these campaigns across device. So think of it as mobile, tablet, desktop, and then of course your mobile phone. And then we collaborate with our clients to be able to optimize, to maximize to your KPIs and drive those results. We look at it from an audience perspective. We look at where you're driving the traffic, whether it's to the website or to the landing page. We look at the creative to understand the ad formats. And there's like about 9 other factors that we really help maximize that optimization process. And this is just a very small sampling of us being able to reach that 99% of HCPs. And again, it's based on that MPI number, which is that National Provider Identifier. So there's these are just some of the specialties, as I mentioned. So anything from major specialties like medical oncologist, urologist, radiologist, anything when it comes to specialty, as long as they have an HCP MPI number, then we're able to target, and we can actually do a subset of HCPs as well. And I'm going to talk about a case study here in the next slide, but we're happy to send over all these different specialties and subspecialties after the webinar as well. But we've driven some major results for our clients. In particular, one of the clients that came to us, they were looking to influence oncologists as one of the HCPs. They came to us. They have basically a game changer when it comes to being able to detect cancer through a liquid biopsy test. Their goal was really to generate awareness, as I was mentioning, for oncologists, but they're also looking to generate awareness with MPPAs. So that's the subset. So we worked with them to collaborate with those audience segments to be able to reach those oncologists. The other thing we wanted to do is really hone in on the ad spend and see how we can really maximize that based on reaching those oncologists. And the solution, we came back and this was their first HCP campaign. So targeting those oncologists and MPPAs that I mentioned, we created both a branded and unbranded campaign when it comes to the creative. So we definitely wanted to do some A/B testing. We reached them again across device, so mobile, tablet, desktop, and also laptop, and at that one-to-one level because we had those individual MPI numbers. And then, as I was mentioning, we definitely want to optimize the campaign. We're blocking non-performers, and the results were spectacular. They were super happy. We actually drove over 700 oncologists that signed up in the first 5 months for the test kit. We drove close to 9,000 clicks and also had a lot of impressions, about 6 million for this particular campaign. So the second step that I want to talk about today is being able to use advanced targeting to reach during the conference your niche HCP scientists and researchers that are actually attending the event. And then we're also going to put on a video hat and talk about some proven video strategies today. But let's get into it when it comes to being able to target your niche audience when they're actually at the conference. It's a tactic called geofencing. It's also called event fencing. So we're able to digitally target all attendees with the confines of that event and then target them across device. Digitally, we're going to surround even key event hotels to be able to reach them. And we're on the conference tour. You can see here a few of the conferences we typically attend, from ASCO to SABCS to ASHG to AMP, and about 30 other conferences that we go to every single year using this type of tactic. But let's drill down specifically to show you how this actually technology works. So again, we're putting that virtual fence around, let's say it's a convention center. We use a GPS location service to build that virtual fence around any physical location, rooftop, or property line. So basically any attendee that goes through this threshold, this virtual fence based on their mobile phone, we know within 10 feet that they're actually going to be at that particular event. So we can serve an ad to them based on that. So as soon as they open up a location-based app, we know where their location is at. And then what I love about this strategy and tactic is to be able to reach those people that actually clicked on the ad for 30 days afterwards as a post-conference strategy. And how this works, again, mobile ID, they go through the threshold, that virtual fence. We can serve your message, whether it's to increase, again, booth attendance, sponsor presentations. If you have a product theater, that's a great way to help drive booth traffic. So the messaging is really about what you're doing at that particular conference. And then we're going to serve that display ad across normal lifestyle sites. So think of it as your normal media consumption, news, sports, travel, finance, and obviously thousands of other websites as well. And we've done this tactic for many, many years. This is one case study. We collaborated with one of our clients in particular, which was a top 10 medical device and pharma company. They were trying to gain valuable exposure at 3 of their major conferences. And ultimately what the challenge was is they had a new cardiac device that they were trying to influence and educate those cardiologists. So we were able to reach not only those cardiologists attending, but then also be able to reach them post-conference as well with that geofencing tactic. And then the challenge, again, they wanted to help increase booth attendance. And then our solution is we primed that audience. So we were able to target 31,000 cardiologists ahead of the conference by about 90 days based on those MPI numbers that I mentioned. And then we reached them across device. And then also the tactic that we layered on is this geofencing. So client came to us, hey, we've got 3 major trade shows that we really want to influence. This is a product launch. We want to get it out there. So the geofencing obviously was a great strategy for them. And then we ended up boosting ad impressions as we were able to do it. But the results were spectacular. We actually delivered over 750,000 ad impressions over 9 days over those 3 conferences. And we were able to boost ad impressions by 24%. And the client came to us when we first set up this saying, hey, our goal for cost per click was to be under $10. And we nailed it. We got it under 10 at $7.23. And then we were able to generate over 2,000 clicks with a double click-through rate than what most industry averages are. And then ultimately we were able to drive a lot of booth traffic for them at those 3 additional conferences. So let's put our video hat on for a moment and being able to leverage the power of capturing key moments of engagement with video at your conferences, at your trade shows. So we do this all the time. Our crew is on location, being able to capture high value video content. Here's a picture, as you can see up here on the screen. That's typically what our footprint is. But some of the usual things that we're capturing strategically with our clients are around KOLs or customer testimonials. It's a great opportunity. You've got all your key opinion leaders all in one location. It's a super efficient way to capture that. And then if clients have product theaters, poster abstracts, podium presentations, we're capturing a ton of that content as well. And then additionally, there's a great opportunity that if you have your leadership or you have some subject matter experts that are there at the trade show as well, take advantage of that opportunity as well if they're there. I'm going to send you 2 different examples. This is typically how we're capturing that strategic footage on the trade show floor in our client's booth. This is an example of more of a talking head. You can see the background is blurred out. And then also one of the things that we want to be able to do is get high quality audio. So you can see obviously on the jacket there, we've got a mic. And so you don't get that background from the conference. That's one of the examples. The second example that I'm going to send over to you is a combination of more of a KOL when it comes to specifically, again, in the booth, but then also we're capturing very good B-roll. So if you have instruments or solutions, or just you have a dynamic booth, we can capture that and then combine the talking head with the actual visuals with your booth. So I'm going to send you both examples afterwards, but let's break down the third and final step here is obviously we always want to maximize those post-conference conversions. And what does that follow-up strategy look like? Well, let's maximize those and let's use what I was talking about when we talked about the retargeting, right? When it comes to the geofencing. And then if you're priming your audience ahead of time and using that MPI level, HCP one-to-one targeting, everybody's driven to a retargeting pool. We're able to target them obviously long after the conference and stand out 30, 60, 90 days afterwards. And then you're always going to build your sequence of emails. So obviously leveraging all those badge scans, attendees list, but you want to incorporate the video components that I talked about. So if you have a KOL that you're capturing, you've got a subject matter expert, or even if it's a leadership style video, you want to leverage that right after the conference. And again, we were able to do that on the trade show floor and get those assets turned around very quickly for a post-conference strategy follow-up. And ultimately, we want to be able to be a partner with you when you start mapping out your conference strategies. This is just one of our clients that we've actually worked at many companies that she's been to. And we were able to build that relationship with her. And, she's mentioning here in this quote that we help bring domain experience, creative inspiration, and always on-time execution. And when it comes to conferences, you always have to be on time. Kelly, back to you.
There's 2 directions you can go from here. First, you can continue to invest significant time and dollars to exhibit at these events without a proven plan and hoping for different results. And in my world, that's been called the definition of insanity. That is doing the same thing, but hoping for different results. Or you can build a 3-step conference marketing strategy focused on pre, during, and post-conference marketing that targets your target audience, it elevates your company, and increases your conference conversions. So if you're ready to go with direction number 2, here's what you can expect. Let's take a look at what our conference marketing process looks like. First, we're going to schedule a conference discovery call. This usually takes place about 3 months prior to the conference start. In this call, we're going to want to understand who your target market is. We're going to want to know what type of events you have going on that we're going to want to look at promoting or capturing. We're going to want to take a look at what your digital footprint looks like, what your competitive landscape is looking like. That could also involve looking at what that exhibitor floor looks like and who's going to be around you. We'll also start talking about and fleshing out what that video strategy is going to look like. Then we're going to present a custom video conference strategy for you. After that, we're going to do a kickoff call. And this is where we're going to start gathering information and get more detailed and gather assets as well. So one of the things we'll do is we'll be producing creative pre-conference. This would potentially include maybe a teaser video, online ads. Maybe we're looking at creating a landing page for you that will list your different conference events. We're also going to start discussing what those on-site video logistics look like and start getting an understanding of what KOLs we could capture or testimonials or what presentations we need to be capturing as well. Then we're going to set up and manage your conference media campaign, including placing pixels on your site as well. Then we're going to look at what that conference video deployment is going to look like post-conference 30 days. We'll be using a retargeting campaign that will really keep you top of mind with attendees even after the conference. And that's just the start. So if conferences are a main source of leads and revenue for your company, and you've been disappointed with the results from your past conferences, we would love to schedule a free conference strategy call with one of our DigiVid conference strategists. So here's what we'll do. We'll have a free strategy call to help you understand your current conference marketing needs and create a plan, and also understand maybe what your past challenges were, and also what your goals are for that particular conference. We'll create a 3-step conference strategy customized to your company's conference marketing goals. In addition, we'll also provide you a free conferencing market worksheet that we utilize a lot for our own clients. This is a really great way to help you get organized and really start thinking in that pre, during, and post-conference marketing. Who is this for? Maybe you're ready to start taking your conference marketing to that next level, or maybe you're a high-growth organization that really needs help scaling their conference marketing beyond your current marketing team's bandwidth. Or maybe you need to make high-value conferences a success. Or maybe you're frustrated by the hot and cold results that you're getting from different conferences. So schedule a free conference strategy call today. We would love to help you take your next conference to the next level. Thank you.